In the beginning, it felt like a complete dream. When David married Sarah and moved into her family's grand home, he was showered with endless love and warmth. They welcomed him with open arms, cooked his favorite meals, and treated him like a prince. Having lost his job recently, David felt truly blessed. His father-in-law would smile warmly and say, "David, my son, you are family now. Relax, feel at home, and take all the time you need." David was deeply touched. He thought he had found a second family. But slowly, without him even realizing it, that sweet love began to change shape. It started with small, gentle requests, wrapped in soft words. "David dear, since you are free today, could you please clean the garden?" "David, son, the driver is on leave today. Please wash the cars, and drop the guests at the station." Out of respect, David said yes to everything. But day after day, week after week, the chores grew bigger. The gentle requests turned into daily duties. Before he knew it, the prince was doing the work of a domestic servant, cleaning rooms, carrying heavy groceries, fixing plumbing, and serving guests late into the night. Whenever he tried to sit down or rest, another task was handed to him with a polite smile. The sweet love had quietly become a heavy chain. As months passed, even that fake politeness completely vanished. The very food David ate, and the clothes he wore, became targets for bitter taunts. Every single meal at the dining table felt like swallowing glass. His father-in-law would look at him with a cold smile and say, "Must be nice to enjoy such expensive, rich food every single day, without having to earn a single penny for it." His mother-in-law would look at his shirt and add, "That brand new shirt looks great on you, David. It's wonderful how my daughter's hard-earned money can buy you such luxury." David would lower his eyes, feeling his self-respect break into 1,000 pieces. When he tried to talk to Sarah in private, hoping for a little support, she simply shrugged her shoulders and said, "Why are you making such a big deal out of everything? They give you food, clothes, and a grand roof over your head. The least you can do is help around the house." That night, David stared down at a simple cup of tea in his hand. He realized that in this grand house, even a single cup of tea came with a hidden price, the price of his own dignity. He was living in a golden cage, eating meals laced with insults, and breathing air filled with humiliation. The final breaking point came during a large family gathering. A tray accidentally slipped from David's tired hands, while serving tea to the guests. His father-in-law shouted in front of everyone, "You can't even hold a tray properly. You eat our food, live in our house, and can't even perform a basic chore." The entire room fell completely silent. David looked around at the cold faces, the harsh eyes of his in-laws, and the indifferent look of his wife. He didn't scream. He didn't argue. He quietly went upstairs, packed one small bag with his old clothes, and walked straight out of the front door. He left behind the luxury, the grand house, and the free meals. He chose his lost pride over easy comfort. 1 year later, far away from the noisy city, in a quiet countryside lane, stands a tiny wood cottage. It isn't a palace. It doesn't have grand chandeliers, or expensive furniture. It is small, simple, and humble. Inside, David sits by a bright window, as rain falls gently outside. He brews a simple cup of tea, on a small stove. He pours the warm tea into a plain ceramic mug, takes a slow, quiet sip, and leans back in his chair with a peaceful smile. There is no one here to count how many spoons of sugar he takes. There is no one here to remind him who paid for the tea leaves. There is no one here to order him around like a servant. He earned every single coin that bought this tiny cottage, through his own honest, hard work. The roof over his head is small, but it belongs entirely to him. The food on his table is simple, but it tastes sweeter than any luxury feast, because it comes with full self-respect. David looks out the window, breathes in the fresh morning air, and takes another sip of his tea, completely free, living life entirely on his own terms.